Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 14, Week 3. Today, we got Bean 10, and we got Rankings of Scrubs, or Rankings of a Scrub as they are on the actual website. And with me here today is, of course, Matty Boy.
Howdy.
What, did you expect Randy or Ocelot? Today we're giving you the blind sucker punch. You got Matty Boy, you got me, you got Witch Doctor, and you got the Slardar immediately knocked out there. Witch Doctor is definitely a ban looking at Katie, who is standing in for Bean 10 in this particular game.
I was gonna say I didn't think Katie actually played in the league.
Oh yeah, she's standing in for Cryptic, who missed game one due to an illness. So
Gotcha. Happens, dog.
on the other hand, you got a Slardar ban here. I would not be surprised if you see a lot of Slardar bans against this team moving forward. You want to hear a bombshell that I only realized when I was looking up stats to definitely not help Bean 10 prepare for this draft?
Mm-hmm.
Wizard has a grand total of like 10 pos 3 games not on Slardar in the last 5 years. He has some good numbers on some other heroes. I mean, it goes down to 1/5 of the amount of games from first to second place. But
wow.
He has some good numbers on some other heroes, but for the most part, it's been a lot of Slardar for him in the most recent years for him on 3. So definitely something for him to look forward to.
Yeah, wow, that is... So, I mean, he just has to hope that somebody doesn't do the research 1 week.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, very well could happen.
Yeah.
And it's the Undying.
Instant Undying pick. The also the Juggernaut being knocked out for ranking of a scrub. Definitely targeted at being there. Very interesting drafting decision so far by PeePeeEm, looking mostly at the Bean 10 safe lane, which, especially when you're looking at a stand-in who's a couple hundred MMR under the normal pos 5, I will say it is a little bit interesting there. I don't think we're going to be prioritizing
interesting
that.
First pick.
If you think it's interesting, just wait till you see how we lane it, because we talked about this before the game.
I mean, is it a 5?
10 seconds remaining.
Nope.
No? Carry? Whatever. Like,
We'll see when it goes on.
It's an ambiguous opener, but like, it's not strong enough that we usually see it as like this early of a pick. But I mean, it's stun. Doom is cool. Creeps are cool, and there's a Pudge, so whatever.
I think the big upside to a Doom against a team like Ranking of a Scrub is a team that is very, very much centered around how well PeePeeEm personally does in his games, how well he's able to play out.
So you just target that one fucking guy.
You can just drop a piano on his head. That's what I figured. Drop a piano on his head personally before Ladalides is ready. Ladalides is a slow starter. He takes a minute to actually get going. Can have some weaknesses in lane phase. Phoenix coming up, which is interesting. They're throwing up a lot of invitations to pick up a Snapfire here. It'd be interesting to see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nice, like, you can egg on top of the tombstone, and it's like, which one do you want to hit?
Right.
Both of them are going to kill you.
10 seconds remaining.
There are definitely some heroes that can punish this combination quite well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm not saying I would pick it. I think that support duo, if it's the support duo, lacks a lot. Like,
it's very redundant. Sometimes on Cats I talk about redundant upsides, and this is a good example of it. The strengths of Undying and Phoenix are very similar, but they're not really additive to each other. There's nothing that Undying wants that Phoenix fills in, and when you put them together, they're really not much more efficient than the individual will be on their own. No Drow Ranger, by the way.
Yeah, it's Drow getting banned out. I don't think this team could do very well. Like, just this support duo could not deal with the Drow. No. And I feel like if your support, if one of your supports can't already deal with the carry, you're kind of fucked.
Right.
And that's why I really hate first picking 2 supports. I mean, I know this Undying could be a 3, but I feel like it got nerfed so bad that it's more just like stick it in the 5 because it's just, I don't know, that mana cost is insane for a 3.
Funnily enough,
10
in my
seconds
opinion, I
remaining.
feel like it's actually harder to run Undying as a support now. It's like
Nah, it's still the same.
it's like you
I've been playing
gotta.
it. It's the same.
You think so?
Oh yeah, you have to buy more mana. That's the only difference is you just
Right.
have to buy more mana. Because the damage change is so minimal. Like you just don't
10 seconds.
you max your
remaining.
soul rip, get 2 levels in
Radiant
Q,
team back.
and heal.
See, the thing for me is that I feel like if you're a 3 on Undying, you can kind of bridge the gap back to the pre-nerf to a good degree through buying out items, so you're not constantly flowing the supply
10
chain in. You
seconds
know, I said it before, I'll say it again.
Oh,
Casual
yeah,
no
I don't
talisman
think
will
it's-
save your life.
Radiant team pick.
I don't think it's a bad 3, just like it's not as good as it was, so why not just pick something that offers more as an offlaner?
Speaking of offlaner, the Necro also going to go down. That's another member of the Wizard pool, and that is one of the PeePeeEm
Yeah.
heroes as well. So that's a double knockout there.
5 seconds.
Same thing with the
remaining.
Bat Rider there? Or is that specifically targeted at Peter?
I think that's just for PeePeeEm.
Just for Peter. And the Ursa, obviously.
That would be for Ladalads, yep.
Yeah. A lot of lads, the fucking goat.
It is interesting that the ranking of a scrub team ended up banning out the Juggernaut here. I guess, no, they actually even had probably the best place on the entire board to pick Juggernaut as well. Because, you know, you pick a Juggernaut
Dire
over
team
where
pick.
Phoenix is, right? I always call it the 4th overall pick. I know everybody has the funny numbers now. I just like saying that because that's consistent no matter how pick phases change.
One of
But-
my favorite position 5s are not just right now, but period, is the Warlock. I don't think it's ever a bad
10
pick.
seconds remaining.
I think
win
it's
lane, you have a massive fucking team fight.
It's a very
Upheaval just
optimistic.
keeps getting buffed, so if
Yeah.
you pick a really right-clicky carry, you just fucking cast your Q, get your shard, cast your W on the team fight right when it happens, and then you just sit in a tree and cast your upheaval.
I think, I don't know if you saw the cast, but you played Warlock a couple of games ago. Somebody gave you props for the performance. I think it was
Oh,
Rye.
thanks.
Shoutouts to Rye.
Yeah.
Also, shoutouts to you for not watching your own games casts.
No, that's I don't know. I definitely have been meaning to, but like, I don't know.
In fairness, I'm pretty sure we got both your week 1 and week 2 game up on Sunday before week 3, so you haven't had exactly the
I was
most
gonna
time.
say, like, I think I usually would have watched them like the Saturday before the next game, just to like, you know,
Yeah. Wait,
mull over.
we're having some
But I had no
scheduling
time.
issues this week, so yeah, the Warlock. I think the Warlock is always a very optimistic support, in that I feel like with a hero like Warlock, as contrasted to got a Wraith King pick here, kind of an early Wraith King pick. Well, I mean, it's I guess not really that early, but considering
I guess
their
the
pick order,
idea is
but-
just you're gonna get doomed or you're gonna get pudge ulted, and then you can just come back and
Eat
fight
either, yeah.
because they're
10 seconds remaining.
But like a
If you eat them both, great.
5 seconds.
An
remaining.
Oracle, for example, still has a lot to offer when his team in general is on the back foot, and I think that's the biggest thing that Warlock in particular lacks. If your team is winning fights already, then Warlock is a great hero to have. He can turn a small advantage into a really decisive victory, and he
Oh, yeah.
does have some tricks to throw out when the chips are down. But if you're a Warlock on a team where you're starting to really lose, it does feel like he's fallen off quite a bit. The Centaur Warrunner here, it's probably our wizard pick. It's not a bad pick for somebody who's still kind of learning his ground, finding his feet in the position 3 role.
Yeah, I agree. I think the big part of Warlock in
10
team fights is the
seconds
fatal
remaining.
bonds, and if you don't have enough damage going into the fatal bonds,
5 seconds.
You just get nothing
remaining.
done. You're a big,
yeah.
slow old man with no stun who's easy to kill. Well, I mean, you do
Well,
have a stun,
yeah,
but you don't want to
I-
drop it for yourself.
At that point, like if your team is behind, you have to get shard. Like that's your only bet of helping your team in team fights is getting more than one of them healed during
Right.
the team fight, or
Dire team
getting a
back.
big golem. But yeah,
Luna.
so Wizard, he's classically a P5, right?
Yes.
So of course the high MMR player is gonna play a core role.
Didn't you do a whole season where this guy was on your show?
10 seconds
Oh yeah,
remaining.
I didn't know if he like flip flop between 4 and 5.
5 seconds.
He's
wasn't,
he's
like,
mostly a 5 player.
I took that season off mostly.
I am of the opinion that Wizard is probably the best Pause 5 player in LD2L. And I think it is interesting, and I think it is commendable. This is the Learn Dota 2 League. It's not the I already know everything about Learn Dota 2 League. Wizard decided, this season I want to learn something. It's probably my last run here. He is almost certainly going to be too high MMR to compete in Season 15. He barely was in 14. He only dropped down below, like, just days before, like, he would have been ineligible. So, he said, you know what, I want to have a season where I come in and I learn something that's definitely good. Centaur Warrunner, good learning, Pause 3, I think. And I like the Luna this game against everything but the Wraith King.
Yeah, I think the Wraith King answers the Luna
10
in the same way that it
remaining.
answers the Pudge and the Doom. And the Warlock too.
5
Like these are
seconds
all
remaining.
4 of these heroes have very big team fight
Radiant
ults
team
that if
battle.
you kill Wraith King once, then he's just gonna fucking come back and you're all cooldowns.
The
And there's
issue...
very little stun here.
The issue is going to be is if it gets to the point where, you know, you have the Eclipse, you have the Warlock, with the Fatal Bonds and Eclipse is going to be a very nasty combination. Pudge and Doom able to take out probably one guy apiece in fights, you can imagine. The problem is going to
Ideally,
be...
yeah.
The problem is going to be...
10 seconds remaining.
Is it going to be the scenario? Because it does not matter if Wraith King can survive the 5 seconds of fun if the rest of his team can't. And Undying and Phoenix are going to struggle with this lineup for sure. You know, Luna is a very good answer to both the Undying and the Phoenix here.
Yeah, I mean, and that's gotta be like
Radiant
the
team
number one
pick.
reason why you don't pick both your supports. And then they pick the
Sniper.
sniper. Okay, like you have three and a half really tanky fucking heroes. So this is a really decent sniper game. And there's no innate jumping hero that can
10
just get
seconds remaining.
to the sniper. Especially if they use the Centaur ult,
5
like he can just
seconds
run away
remaining.
if somebody jumps him, but I don't I just don't like sniper mid Wraith King carry. Like which one of them makes plays?
Right, it's a lot of gold that's going to be fought over, and perhaps more importantly than that, I think there is one big factor that you're kind of missing here in that assessment on the lack of
Well,
catch.
there's no wave shove.
You know, Doom,
Yeah, and there's no catch. Like I don't know.
Doom, you know, Blink can sit in an awkward position, maybe smoke in, blink behind the lines. Hello, sniper. Doom reigns. Now what are you gonna do, fat boy? He just kind of has to walk away from the fight or die.
Like Centaur ult has to be perfect.
Yes, it has to be perfect basically every time, and it has to be.
Otherwise,
basically
the sniper's fucked. You're correct. Because the 2 supports have no stuns. Yeah, egg, but
that's not the most
Egg
reliable
is-
stun in the
yeah.
world. He has more stuns on his core line at the very least. If nothing else.
It's not a say. You know, it's not one of those oh shit stun.
Right. Centaur can be. I've definitely had some games where I've just been the guy with the sunglasses crossing my arms and looking cross. Winter
Now select your
Wyvern.
heroes.
But you don't want the Centaur to have to run around the map and save the sniper.
Ooh, this is gonna be mid-Winter Wyvern in this game.
The United States Daniel on the midwife. I like it. I like it. Yeah, so it's a 4 Doom, 3 Pudge.
Yep.
It makes holy Crimson fucking Hook. What?
Yeah, Matt plays a lot of Pudge.
Wow.
Matt plays a lot of Pudge, and he does it very well. I don't know how acquainted you are with a guy like
sure.
Matt, but if you're not an acquaintance, you'll be a lot more formally
No,
acquainted
that's
today.
when I make my return to offlane, Pudge is going to be one of the heroes that I learn. I can't wait. I'm very excited.
Hey, you had your own offlane play, and he told me you guys told him not to buy Ags, and we were flaming him the entire cast for not doing it. So that's kind of funny.
I forget why we didn't want him to buy eggs. What did he buy? Shivas?
Yeah, he was like trying to go for Shivas, but it was like so much money, and all the cash was being put on Mickle, so he could never like hope to actually get it. Is that Doom with the guitar? Awesome!
Yes,
I love that set.
I love the guitar. I don't know. I kind of. I don't know. I don't know how to build Pudge well enough to really like. I wanted a Shivas.
Right now, I can tell you this much: if you're Pudge every game, get
Pudge. Yeah.
If you're Pudge every game, you want to get that Ags. It is like, as we say on stream, it is capital B broken right now. It's not like the most OP thing in Dota history, but casters agree. It's strong.
It is strong. I cannot disagree with you there.
Speaking of strong, gonna have the girl power lane here at bot for the not the Quap circles being changer tag already for the Bean 10 lineup. Does anyone actually have the Bean 10 markings? No. Godlike Matt still has MK ulti. Stanny still has that mysterious CK team. I don't know what it is. And Meth is still sponsored by Yolk Soup.
No, he's sponsored by Salt Dota. He's on the So Cute team.
The So Cute team is Fluffy Hats, sponsored by Yolk Soup, for the record.
Mm-hmm.
And
big
sponsored
Yolk
by
Soup fan.
Sponsored by Yolk Soup, by the way. It didn't go well. They just kind of lost all the time.
It happens.
There's offlane playing.
Yeah, so they're gonna fight for this, yeah. I mean, I do like the. So, I don't know. I think independently, I like the Dyer's lanes, but together, I don't think the team comp works.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like, I like the Undying Wraith King, and I like Centaur Phoenix, but I do not like those 4 heroes on the same team.
I don't know if I'm crazy about the Undying Wraith King. We've seen it a few times this season. I feel like every time we've seen it run, it's just kind of... It's not the worst Wraith King lane, but I just don't know if we've seen that one in particular one yet. And in LD2L, that's our real politic. You know,
you also haven't seen the god tier lad of lads play.
Yeah, that's true. This is going to be our first time seeing him. This would have normally been Ramanolo, but Ramanolo suffered a season-ending injury at the hands of his own hand.
On the IR. It happens.
Which is never what you want to see. So our shout-outs to Ramanolo here. Hopefully Lads manages to give you a good legacy. So, with that being said, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the cast, the roll call. So for Bean 10, position 1 on the Luna currently, we've got Combination Bean, Quap Circles tags still, captain of the team and its namesake, which used to be rare, but now there's like 3 teams this season that have that. And already gonna have a little bit of action down here, though I don't think it's gonna be much more than just some light harassment, especially if Warlock has anything to say about it. Pause 2 on the Winter Wyvern, you have the man that we like to call United States Danforth.
United States. Dang!
Pause 3.
Respect the name.
We've got Godlike Matt currently on the Pudge. Pause 4. We've got Meth on the Doom. And pause 5 standing in for Cryptic, who will be back next game. We've got Katie on the Warlock. Would you like to do the roll call for the Dire team?
Of course.
Alright, they are rankings of a scrub. Here you go.
Rankings of a scrub, position 1, we have the godlike man, lad of lads.
Godlike man versus Godlike man.
Pause 2, we have Peter, aka PeePeeEm, on the sniper. Looks like he's going for the coveted double Wraithband build. Position 3, we have Wizard on the Centaur Warrunner.
Well, what do you know Wizard as? You guys usually call him something different, right?
Do we? Just besides bad?
You usually just call him Watson, don't you?
Oh, Watson. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's who that guy is. Okay.
Is under attack.
Yeah, it's Watson. He's the GOAT. except he's not playing 5, so I don't know.
He's
we
a
got
scrub.
Katsu, in-house god, on the Phoenix, and 5 is Peaches the Goat, a auto copless
Associate. Dropping the tombstone here. It's going to be a little awkward for this lane to deal with this tombstone. They don't have a great response to it, but then they're also very tanky.
Yeah,
Oh, Peaches denies the tombstone.
What? The fucking goat? No way!
Very good
it
play
would have
there
been.
by Peaches.
Yeah, it would have been fucking nice if you got the.
All the money
kill,
for it, that
but-
would have been funny.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the kill, yeah. The kill also definitely would have been good. It's kind of unlikely
No, I think
here.
the money. Even when denies gave you money, I don't think the Undying
Nah, it
Tombstone ever
didn't.
did.
But it would be funny if it did.
It'd be hilarious. Because you could just farm it off cooldown.
Just you one.
Pudge snipes the range creep in the back of the line. So far, lane phase has been predominantly quite slow. Neither side's
Yeah.
off lane has been able to play that aggressively. And
Well, I don't think any of these lanes really. The Doom Pudge lane somewhat poses a threat.
yeah, Doom Pudge
But,
is sort
like,
of threatening.
Other than that, like Warlock doesn't offer any kill threat. That's not the hero's thing. Undying kind of does, but not really.
Yeah, certainly not against this lane. Okay, a lot of lads
not
getting
against this
walked
lane.
at.
As you can see, a lot of lads is just gonna tick down. Maybe all the.
Yep, 40 HP.
And he ate a fucking Iron Branch Tango. He watches his BSJ videos.
That's why they call him the 1K
Oh,
BSJ.
and-
Still getting zapped by Doom.
Oh, the missed hook.
Wait, is he just gonna die of this stupid little? Okay, no.
Yeah, is this like mana burn Zap bullshit gonna, or is this just a Zap? It's not a mana burn too. Yeah, it's just a
Yeah,
Zap.
it's just a zap. Just a little.
That
little
is-
tooth.
The best Doom creep to get as a support. Don't at me. That or the mana burn. But I think the mana burn got nerfed, so that might be.
Yeah,
back
mana
to
burn
the
did just get
best.
nerfed.
Or for the late game, I like the Alpha Wolf.
But I will say this much: it is kind of hard to see either of these lanes getting that
Radiant's
many
middle
kills.
tower
Yosani
is
is going to
under
be
attack.
crawling his way back here just to spawn. There is one
Even
thing.
mid, like it's just
Yeah.
a farm fest in all 3 lanes.
Yep. Meth is hungry. Hungry
Yeah,
for
Meth
stacking this ancient
Is
camp
gonna
specifically.
stack.
Mission accomplished. There we go, Meth. I promised to show you every good thing you did this series, and that's your one.
Katsu taking a lot of
Phoenix.
damage from this. That's a
Phoenix
really good
might
fatal
just
bond.
die of
I
this
love-
fatal bonds. Yep,
Yeah.
does actually go down. Well done, Katie. Good battle sense there. Good job on this safe lane. I don't think anybody
That
called
is
this
like
being
my
first blood.
favorite way to get a kill on Warlock. Is just it was a stack camp. Luna can farm it really fast. Does a fuck ton of damage.
This is a very good combo between the 1 and the 5 here. I'd really like the Warlock and the Luna combination. And it's never going to go obsolete either. Like, this is going to be really annoying for these guys to deal with the whole game. Bunge and Wraith King both walking into this Doom here. Doom looking
And
very
this,
low, but...
Even with the Luna buff, but it looks like Lad of Lads is just gonna tick down
Yeah,
here.
immediately
Pages
going to die
might
to
also
follow.
die.
Yeah, especially Pudge at 6 gets to dismember.
Yep, that's it.
And that's
Now Pudge's 2 flesh heaps, like
2 flesh
here's the
heaps,
problem with
most
hero.
last hits, highest level in the server. Well, that's the settings menu. Highest level in the server.
what's the net worth?
Checking out the net worth chart, and top of the
Oh my
chart's the net
God,
worth
yeah.
as well. This is everything God like Matt wants in when he wants to start his day off.
He's got his hood. He's gonna work on this soul ring, get early. Looks like phase boots. He's just gonna be a tanky fucking guy.
Radiant's bottom tower
Get the buff
is
from the
under
Luna
attack.
every nighttime they're gonna fight.
Okay, this is
They're
a little
diving?
interesting. There, yeah.
Yeah, that's this is a Warlock lane, like.
Yeah, both of these guys are low. Okay, Godlike Matt is just
And-
gonna get some more kills when I'm not looking. Okay, Matt,
I'm assuming
calm
he
down.
just got the hook. Oh, Bean's courier goes down with the treads, and there's Peaches again. Yeah,
Got
see
the,
now, Punch
got
has
the
4
Centaur ult.
flush heat stacks before 10 minutes. The Centaur ult doesn't do shit here.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
sure
maybe
the
Matt dies.
I'm sure the Centaur ult was intended to be that a way for Godlike Matt to get out of there, but it did not ultimately.
I
end
think it
up
was
being
a
that.
way for. Well, the Centaur is on the other team.
I meant Sniper to get to Godlike Matt. If I said it the other way around, because
I
Sniper
think
TP'd up
they were
here.
trying to kill Katie down bot. What?
Could be. Katie was a bit of
Because
an odd spot
Sniper
for
was
that to be the
TPing
case.
through it, so I don't think Sniper moving was.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Did ultimately get the kill on Katie.
And it's
Why?
honestly probably more beneficial for Katie to have died there than for Wizard to have gotten the kill. She was pretty low on resources, so just tanking the death for Luna and coming back with full mana.
Danny.
And United States
Danny
Daniel
boy.
feels the
through
wrath of
eats
Peter
through an
here.
infused raindrop. Yep, this lane so far has not been to Winter Wyvern's benefit. Just not
Well,
winning.
Wyvern's
this
got
lane.
no,
Dire's top tower
not
is
a lot of
under
armor,
attack.
and Peter has 2 Wraith Bands and treads.
Is under
Yep.
attack.
It's definitely a game where I think Winter Wyvern wants to get as soon as possible out of here and just start operating around the map. Just starts wanting to be a roaming.
Yeah, problem
global
is
nuisance.
Daniel did not go for a bottle or a null, just straight treads and going into the Witchblade there.
It seems like he's kind of built for staying in this lane. Speaking of staying in this lane, there's going to be some awkward consequences for Luna if she stays around this too long. This dive, though, is kind of Peter
Radiant's
now.
bottom
They need to
tower is under
leave
attack.
But
quickly.
if you notice,
Dire's
Bean
top
took
towers are fortified.
little to no damage there, and
Yep.
Katsu's dead again to the Fatal Bonds.
Warlock moment.
Dire's
US
top
Danny
this
coming
is
in
just
from
what
behind.
happens. And now US Danny's here, Katie drops the ult.
Radiant's
Yep,
They get
Centaur
this
also
lockdown.
try and get away, but he's got no hope with US
Yeah,
Danny
it doesn't
here.
matter.
Goodbye, Wizard. Katie gets the kill. Nice
And
kill
Katie
steal,
gets the
Katie.
double kill. Yep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well,
So this is just
meanwhile,
what Warlock does.
Dire's top tower is
Meanwhile,
under
up top, Godlike Matt's farming their fucking jungle.
They're gonna have to trade here with Sniper having shown up.
I think
Mathis
Matt's
probably
gonna
dead.
tactical feed here. Yeah. It's fine. Pudge is still dominating. Didn't die.
Radiant's
Yeah, they-
middle tower
Drew
is
a
They-
bunch
under
of space
attack.
up for Bean. Like this is just
Dire's
all.
middle
I mean,
tower
2 out of
is
3
under
lanes
attack.
doing really well.
Phoenix
Here goes
gonna
Katsu
die again.
Phoenix just not doing well this game. Lowest on the net worth.
Sniper denies the illusion rune. Oh,
By
this
like,
is a...
oh, what's really sad is US Danny and Katie are very similar net worth.
Yeah, that's true. Because she took that kill on Centaur.
She
Yeah.
took 2 kills.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Peaches is really. I mean, somebody has to TB here, like right goddamn now. Pudge actually missed that hook. Never mind. I guess
Missed
it's
the
not
hook.
so important.
Undying, yeah, just gonna pop the tombstone and kind of just vibe. Does
Dire's
Meth
top
not
tower
have Doom?
is under attack.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Where's the Doom? They
Not want to
could've
drop
just-
it here, I suppose.
Is falling.
Yeah, I don't know
Is
why.
under attack.
You could have just dealt with the Undying. And
Pudge going for an
Sniper might not
admirable
have
save
TP'd
hook,
in.
but just not fast enough.
this is the secret Pudge counter coming out with the Undying. In a team fight,
Wizard.
zombies are just gonna latch to Pudge and you hook them.
Wizard's just going to try and do his best to beat the crap out of Bane. But Bane just really has the ability to just say no to this. Has the ability to actually stay in this lane as long as she either wants or doesn't want. She's definitely hedged her bets here. Has the ability to jungle or to lane right now.
And you can probably base that mostly on the Warlock being able to heal you through the retaliate damage.
US Danny
He's-
shows everybody why he has a low behavior score.
Yeah, I mean, don't Google US Danny word cloud.
Yeah. I mean, if you Google U.S. Danny, you won't find much on his word cloud because 9/10 of it is just going to be skill pings, and those aren't there.
It happens.
Now, there's somebody whose word cloud that you definitely don't want to look up. Do not look up the Scotty word cloud. This is a PSA. I'm not saying that ironically to encourage you to do it. Dearly departed Scotty, don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't go. I know you're thinking about it. Don't. Moving on.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Centaur,
Yeah,
again,
no,
he
bro,
just
he's
will
not
not
toxic.
leave this.
Yeah, Centaur is being an absolute menace. Wizard just showing that he is just objectively better at the game than a lot of people.
But the problem is that he just can't be enough of a menace. He's slowing the bean farm, and he's not really stopping it. And she is getting awkwardly close to,
Yeah,
to
but
the
that's
sniper.
I mean, it's a Luna.
right.
You're never gonna stop the farm. The fact that he's slowing it down is
Good.
a win in and of itself. And he's out leveling a Luna, which is really good.
Yeah, the only downside to that is that Phoenix just freshly hit 6. So they have,
Yeah,
had to
I mean,
compromise
Phoenix
there for
had
that.
a fucking game and a half here. But I've been there. You can't
Right.
count him out. He's got a big team fight ult. Just gonna be better.
Meth's still just annoying people with his stupid zap.
Yeah, he's held on in this zap for quite a while.
Yeah, I thought he would
'Cause he's
give it up
got-
for the stun or something after lane, but so far he hasn't seen any need to do so.
And he definitely has a higher level in Devour. It's not a creep level thing. Alright, they mute Neff.
Yeah, just
Drop the
immediately turn
Warlock
around.
ulti. I think Katsu's just gonna tick? Maybe?
10,
Oh, yeah.
90, 60, 40, 20, dead. Just barely dying out there. Guy like
Peter
Matt gets
tipping
tipped for
Matt.
something that happened off screen.
And it looks like Wizard's just gonna shake this off.
Yeah, nothing really gonna happen to the wizard here. Well,
Yeah, he's got
okay, he's
Vanguard
gonna have to leave
and
though.
Hood. He definitely got a little big for his britches there. But look, he's a god, he's out.
5. It's back over 100, so
United
he's
States
probably
Daniel
fine.
goes down again to Peter. Peter dominating now.
The Pudge and Luna condominium are falling upon the Wraith King here.
Here goes the
Goes
Light of
down for
Lives,
his
number
first
one.
life.
And
I
it looks
cannot
like
imagine this is gonna be
uh,
long.
No, I think this is the problem with
Goes down again almost immediately. Meth
letting
gets
the
a kill.
Pudge have a really good lane. He came out of that lane
Radiant's
with
middle
4
tower
flesh heap
is under
stacks,
attack.
which is just
No, he actually came out with 5 for the record.
Are fortified.
oh,
at
he
6.
came out with 5
Yeah.
and a hood, so that's just, you know, it's a hard to kill hero from the jump, and then you make it harder. And
But this
guys
is,
have a buttload of games on it.
This is gonna make it a little easier to kill him. Just walked into a lot of stuns, had very little to show for it at the end.
Yeah, I mean they killed Neff.
Gonna get the
but now-
Winter Return ult on the Warlock here.
Yeah.
Pudge immediately just brings him back, puts him under the tower, and eats him.
Katsu hit him with the Sunray.
Sniper is very bravely just trying to stand his
Phoenix
ground
ult,
and fight here,
And
but
they just absolutely are gonna annihilate Phoenix here.
no hope
Katie
on that.
getting the kill on the Phoenix. Peaches.
Katie KS
possible-
Master.
Oh, no hook.
It's a little sad.
Mid tower is just gonna fall here, evening it up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Undying dances away
Dire's
surprisingly
middle tower
fast at Undying. Or perhaps surprisingly slow that Winter Wyvern, you know. Either way, somebody's move speed is a little wacky here.
A little bit of both, I think, honestly. I think Undying's move speed is a little high, and Wyvern's is where it should be.
Combination being looking hungrily at a gigantic stack right here. Start going to town on this. Doing it a little slow. Rest of her team is.
She needs to use her Q. Like, just
She's got a
100 mana.
specialist,
Just
right?
fucking Q it. Just do it. Q the fucking creep.
She's not even gonna cue the last one just to annoy you personally.
No, that's the thing. Like, I took a brief foray into learning carry, and that was the one thing that this higher MMR carry.
Alright, Matty, here's what you gotta do. You gotta hit Q on the creep, right? I don't care what you're doing. You gotta use it. I wonder who that's supposed to be.
No, it actually wasn't auto.
Really? Okay. Well,
No,
then
it
my
wasn't.
auto impression has fallen to ruin. Now what did I do?
No, that was a
for?
very accurate auto impression. No, I gotta talk. He's been playing a lot of WoW Classic. I thought Copless coming back to LD2L might bring him back into Dota, but it has not like brought him back in enough that we've crossed paths.
I know my boys are out on the LD2L circuit this season, right? But what's that got to do with me, if you think about it? They're dropping everything in the world, and a guy like Maddie's sticking through it all! Look at all this damage! Boom, 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 three more fast
This is just a wonderful game. 80 putting on a fucking masterclass on the Warlock here.
Very, very good Warlock performance. Pudge saying that it's almost too easy.
The stun, the golem into the Pudge ult with the W, like, and the Fatal Bonds is just chef's kiss.
Some people out there in LD2L land might look at this Vanguard and say, "What? He got that here right now? Why?" Let me tell you why. That is anti-sniper toxin stuff right there. He cannot do anything to you with that thing.
No, I fully 100% agree with this Vanguard.
Ladder lads,
If you're,
getting right
there's
out.
two options here to deal with sniper as an offlaner. You can either build BKB or you can build Vanguard and just fucking yeehaw into the sniper. And that's,
It's also going to
the
be
way...
It's also going to be yet another giant source of HP regen for an already very fat individual. And here's something, maybe you don't know it, maybe some of the people at home don't know it. One of the little nuggets of wisdom that you're going to get if you hang out at the Pod 3 Dojo, something I've been telling a few of them out there, you can disassemble that thing. It is not actually a long-term commitment. You can disassemble the Vanguard.
You can, yeah. I know it was kind of meta on anti-mages for a while. Because you just build that first.
Bean has walked into a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, this is one of those things I used to yell at my friends for when they came back to Dota was, please do not go to the safe lane again. Especially when the tower is dead. That is a bad place to be.
Just gets completely eaten in just a second flat by the entire enemy team.
You don't want to go in the lane past the outpost. Like, if you were to draw a straight line from the outpost to the end of the map, if there's no tower,
you don't go past here.
In the lane, you don't go there.
The vision here is also pretty atrocious for Bean 10 right now. The rankings of a scrub have this place completely sided up. They have a vision expert on hand, even if he's not personally supporting in this game, so that's probably got a lot of impact.
I mean, I'm playing support, but PVC is mostly... I'm playing 5, but PVC and Cran pretty much dictate where the vision goes.
Right.
So, you know, it's... Roles are just, you know, you're playing heroes, people build different roles, tick different boxes.
Positions are just a number.
Just because, yeah, I mean, just because Wizard's playing 3 doesn't mean he can't tell Peaches where to put wards.
And Peaches is no ward such herself. This is actually like...
No!
Like a hypothetical team that had both Wizard and Pages on it would have... Well, I don't know. One of them would have to play 4, and... I think Wizard might could do it. I don't think Pages is that well suited with the skill set, but either way.
I don't know. I think Pages could...
It could do it. It wouldn't be like a very, like, the most comfortable fit in the world, I don't think, but could definitely be at least
I think a lot of the problem that some 5 players have when they switch to 4 is they just play it like another 5.
Right.
Like, I know an old school LD2L player, Aricia, if you ever put her as the 4, she only played, like, Lich, Witch Doctor, stuff like that, so it's just, like, why? Why are we putting that hero as the 4 when you could pick up, like, a Wind Ranger, something...
Ooh, you're gonna turn some eyebrows saying that Wind Runner 4 is not very popular right now.
Well, I mean, you know, like something.
But I get what you're talking about, yeah.
Like a Marcy silencer. What else? What do you want me to?
Yeah, right now I don't know if there's really a compelling reason to not pick the Mars E4 if you have the option, to be honest with you.
Yeah, if you play it.
Gonna have a big Centaur ult out here to start off. This goes right on godlike Matt.
Wow.
Good ult by US Danny to turn it around.
Ult.
But Matt is still almost assuredly dead. He'll have a hard time getting through his dismember, but the rest of his team is just too well zoned out here to be able to contribute at all.
Yeah, that was a crazy Centaur ult.
Honk honk. That's probably the largest single kill, the kill on Pudge here. Probably the largest single kill in this game so far.
Was that the first kill on Pudge or second?
Yes, the first.
First kill. Yeah.
There's one downside. They did not kill the combination bean. They did not kill that Luna, who is immediately
No,
just
that's the
running back to
problem.
farm.
Like, Bean is still farming, and I mean, if you're a Pudge at this point in the game and you've only died once, you're laughing, giggling, you know, generally just enjoying your life.
It's when the other deaths start coming in that you start hating your...
Or when that shit happens, that's when you start face palming on your keyboard. Or face checking your keyboard.
I do like how Meph is still going to go for... He missed the stun, too. Oh, man. Poor Meph.
Yeah, Meph don't give a shit. This,
Yeah, they're just going to kill pages anyway because nobody's here.
Yeah, now they're just going to kill the fucking tombstone, call it a day.
Yep. I will say this much.
Does not give a shit.
To any interested Undying player out there, right? Because he's very flavor of the month right now. Do not drop your tombstone if you're going to die. That's my song for today.
Yeah, that's definitely my my one gripe with the hero. I understand why tombstone is such a long cooldown, but like, holy fuck balls.
Oh no, it's
like
not
the
just because of the
metamorphosis of 5.
It's not just the long cooldown. It's the fact that whenever you drop it, if it just immediately dies and gets nothing done, you just threw somebody 200 gold for nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 200 gold and a level 1 is like 3-minute cooldown almost.
You get a trait pretty quickly, which I mean, did Patriots take it? Patriots actually declined to take it. Goes for the decay damage instead. I'm not a big fan of that trait. Some of you out there in LD2L land might be, but that
I think the can you go back and show the Undying cooldown? So I think it's you take the Tombstone cooldown on, or the Tombstone talent 10, but the Soul Rip talent 15.
Yeah, that's usually what I do myself. Stay on the left side of the affairs.
And the Tombstone on death.
Ooh, that's a very controversial one. A lot of people don't like that.
I like it just for, because at that point, like, the late game fights, I'm pretty much going in, casting a good Tombstone, getting my spells off, probably gonna die anyway.
Right.
And those,
I mean,
that second tomb can be like, alright, do I go finish off the first one that's half dead, or do I start killing the second one and...
In my opinion, this is the big thing. The two big things are: A, if I'm playing Undying, I'm building around Decay, and that 2-second cooldown can be a godsend. And B, it makes you're already a kind of easy hero to pick, right? There's drop the smoke on to just kill in any position. You're not exactly survivability McGee, unless you're building a lot for it. Yeah. So to that end, man, that's a lot of skills just for the.
This is where like I definitely. Oh, that's a lot.
But it does get the job done. It gets it Undying as well.
Getting Wizard. I definitely gotta say, on the Undying, am more of a fan of going for the Arcanes and the mech, and then disassembling the Arcanes into Locket, and then going for the Greaves.
Right.
I am a massive Locket enjoyer.
Oh yeah, I know.
Love Holy Locket.
I've said that. Like, I've said this.
I base my hero pool around that item.
I've said this on enough times in LD2L that I've kind of stopped saying it just because I don't feel like repeating it anymore. But I'm going to be probably beating it into people's heads on the Pause 3 Dojo. There are some heroes where I feel like you should probably build a Holy Locket, even if you're not in a support role. And Undying is certainly on that list. I think it just helps him out so much.
Undying, Dawnbreaker,
Necro.
I think. Yeah.
God, Necro.
I'm not a Necro enjoyer. I just haven't had enough games on the hero. But I feel like if the hero has a heal, Why
I mean,
not just get the fucking locket?
For Necro, his Q is really his health bar. If you get Locket, you're extending your health bar. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Doing a lot to try and get rid of the Doom early here. You're not actually going to succeed.
Not working.
They're going to be able to get the Pudge instead, and that might actually be an even bigger prize.
Yeah, killing off the Pudge and the Warlock early just makes the Doom not even worth being in the fight. And that means caught out.
Yep. Just going to at least get the first life on Wraith King, perhaps? Yep. So it takes that, but that's the only thing they get done in that entire fight. That did not go well for him.
Lad of Lad, it's not level 18 yet, so it's still a pretty lengthy cooldown, but not lengthy enough that they have to worry about it. And here's Roche. I really hope they don't give it to Wraith King. That's the biggest bait of all time.
Yeah, we saw that happen in the live games that happened today. There were just several occasions in a row where Void on Matty Boy's team and there was one time where Void, not Matty Boy's team, on Hollywood's team, there was one particular occasion where it looked like it just kind of directly lost them a fight as well. Centaur does end up taking the Aegis.
Wait, what time were the live games?
The Hollywood games were delayed, so that was on Monday night.
Oh, that's right, it's Tuesday. My bad.
Yep.
I was gonna say, holy shit, there's no way 2 games got done by 8:45. It's Tuesday.
Good hook by Pudge here.
Wizard just... Oh, but now they're just gonna drop the... Yeah.
Yep. Sun coming out.
I mean, they're gonna maybe kill Wizard, but...
Got the Warlock.
He's got Aegis,
but yeah.
and they're just gonna lose Warlock and the Golem. Which is not terrible. Katie has a very low cooldown, has buyback.
Wraith King just finished his BKB, which is going to make his second life quite a bit tougher to deal with.
And Peter did just get the mini radiance in the neutral items.
Yep. On the other hand, Bean has found herself a Titan Sliver and is moving towards the BKB. I think BKB is going to make Bean a lot harder to kill than it's going to make Wraith King in this particular game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So she can get that very quickly. We can definitely see quite a turnaround here, I think. Sniper gets the Hurricane Harbor Pike.
You can, but this is one of those things that if you let the 2 carries get ahead, your 1 carry is going to have a lot of trouble keeping up.
By the way,
your mid laner is not scaling nearly as well.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, it does feel like if
just that the 2 carries are getting ahead, it's that your mid laner is also not scaling at all.
Yeah, it feels like there is one notable thing about this game in particular. It feels like US Danny has so far failed to really do anything more than what you would be able to get out of a support Wyvern, which is to say, he's had some really cool ults. But
I mean, he goes
unfortunately,
for he's got these 2 really big items, but like just a straight Bloodthorn build.
He's dying so quickly. It's like not making much for him.
Radiant's top tower
I feel like just a regular Orchid and then BKB to stay alive and actually pump out damage during the Orchid might have been the better option.
I think I agree with that.
Instead of just straight Bloodthorn.
Katie goes fishing for a massive set of Fatal Bonds, does not actually find her prize.
Katie is by far the MVP of this game, and it's not just me being a Warlock stan. Like,
you're also a Katie stan. That's also where it's coming from.
I mean, yeah.
I'll let her know after the game.
Definitely.
Because for the record, Katie is my non-LD2L friend that I brought into LD2L, so you know.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Kentar
Katie's
here.
definitely like.
Ooh, Kentar. Kentar in a bit of a bad way.
Yeah, this is
dropping a hell of a lot for him. Maybe a little too much, but they get him in the end.
They get him, and the Centaur is a lot of their team fight, so.
Right. And it turns into another fat stack for Pudge. 13 now.
Yep. When you're one of 2 people with a stun, and you also are the only reason the sniper can get out of team fights, it sucks when you're not alive. This Shroud on Pudge.
Shroud is nasty business. I really like it here.
I love that item.
One of the more underrated
Love
items, I think.
that item.
5-man smoke coming out.
Radiant are scanning.
Successfully scan out where the Dire
They're
is
just
going
gonna
to be.
run right into Peter here.
Yep, this is the wrongest possible person to find.
Yeah.
If you're Dire.
Oh yeah. There's nothing you can do there as Peter.
Yep.
Besides just physically not be there.
Fat Man eats right through the BKB. If he didn't, they have the
Dire's
Doom.
bottom tower is under attack.
Luna's gonna get to work doing what Luna does. Big orange circle on the
Dire's
map
bottom
from Winter
tower
Return, I
has fallen.
think.
Yep.
Luna sends out her illusions to do her dirty work.
Wraith King going for the fast build, got 8 charges on the Deso.
Yeah, that's
I don't
pretty
know,
good for how this game's been going for his team, but it's not the best thing in the world when he's sitting there as the second lowest value core in the server. I feel like this is happening to Wraith King so often in LD2L. This happened like 3 or 4 times between weekend 1 and 2.
This is the
Can we just
thing with Wraith King.
Can we just call a spade a spade? Does Wraith King just suck right now? Because it kind of feels like he just sucks right now.
I'm a massive Wraith King enjoyer, and I'm a massive Wraith King enjoyer when Radiance is good. I feel like that hero and Radiance go like so hand in hand.
I think Radiance right now it's like okay. I think it's way better than it was in the last patch. I don't think it's particularly good in this game, but generally
no, it's not particularly good in this game, and you have to have the space for it. Like if you're gonna build this Wraith King needs to have an enormous amount of space in the early game, and as does the sniper. So Lad of Lads ipso facto needs to go for the armlet Deso build, and that's it is what it is. But if you don't win the team fights, then it's not great.
Sniper has a Mindbreaker, which is going to actually make him a lot harder to just jump on here. You saw it used to good effect right there when Doom tried to just eat him again. Doom is now...
And this is where I like to always remind people that, yes, Dire has a 4K net worth lead, but Radiant is for sure in control of this game.
Right. It's one of those situations where, I mean, part of the lot is I mean, I was about to say it's the supports that are ahead. It's not really the case. I mean, Doom's obviously doing better than both of them, but they're not really that far ahead of Katie.
But
it's really just kind of on US Danny is just having a bad day. Taking one down, singing a sad song, turning it around.
But this Wraith King is having an even worse day.
Right.
You're the carry, and you're 2K behind or above the Wyvern that got absolutely dumpstered.
I appreciate the intentions on trying to use Sniper to bait out a team fight here, but I don't know if it's exactly what they wanted to have happen.
It was not the right move there. So you got the buyback on. Bean's gonna go down here.
It's starting to go quite well, actually. Doom is back.
This could spell quite of an issue for the
that Wyvern ult. Okay, that Wyvern ult, I'm just gonna say it, I'm just gonna be blunt, that was so late. A Wyvern ult earlier in that fight could have actually turned that around very, very big for them, but it just... I don't know, I gotta be honest. I don't know the US Danny Winter Wyvern is doing it for me here. Just does not seem like he's had enough just time on the hero, maybe? I don't know. Maybe he's like a god
part
and he's
of it might just be that Wyvern in general as a mid got nerfed to shit.
Yeah, that's definitely at least a part of the problem here, but I mean, even like, it's like the general Wyvern like hit that I feel like he's kind of dropping a little bit here.
Just as fast as I say that Radiant is in control, they quickly lose.
Yeah, just immediately lose the next team fight.
Immediately lose all the control that I
also use a buyback on Meth there to try and get back into the fight, but that one did not work out at all. He basically just ended up wasting his buy.
Yeah, kind of just walked in and died, huh?
A lot of lads did not successfully teleport there. And they've
Don't
got
worry about
the
it.
Centaur ult
He's gonna turn it.
to try and get him out.
All right, lads. And Centaur gets, or Katsu gets hooked.
Yep,
Ulted.
right out of flight there. That's like that clip of that baseball player who just like catches the bird right in his hand.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower
Sports.
is under attack.
Sports.
I mean that's something that if you're a seasoned Pudge player, hooking a Phoenix is probably just
Dire's middle
Easy.
tower is under attack.
But it sure looks impressive, and that's what matters to me.
no, and that's what it's really impressive. But it's one of those things that if you are a seasoned Pudge player, that's something you've played against Phoenix probably 30-40 times.
Right. Radiant now looking for a RoaS attempt here. It's hard to see anything stopping this, especially if it is
Oh, there's
quick, and it
absolutely
is.
nothing to stop this. Godlike Matt's gonna rot. It's nighttime, so everybody gets a bonus damage, and he could just ult rush.
He could, he doesn't even need to. Sniper's gonna
Doesn't need
drop
to.
the Shrapnel. Oh, this could be big from Wizard! But he doesn't have a slot!
So Wizard killed the Roche, but Matt
He
got
did not
the-
actually have the room for the
He
Aegis.
didn't have a slot, and now Kane's just gonna drop the ult. Wizard is gonna fall after Peter, or he's gonna run away while United States Daniel heals. United States Daniel possibly going down, goes down to Katsu here. Doesn't even matter. He tried
Wraith
so
King
hard
first life.
and got so far, but in the end, everyone's gonna die anyway.
First life on
Going
Pudge.
down. That's just the first life. You had to use everything.
Doom out on
Doom
the
is
Wraith
out.
King.
Who has just respawned, so he's done. Lads going down to Godlike Matt off the respawn.
Centaur
Yeah.
Warrunner is alive. He has no ult.
Attack.
And it looks like Matt has BKB coming out, which at
Yes,
this
he
point
does.
is just kind of like creme de la creme. He's got Ags, he's got Shroud. What?
By the way-
you already couldn't kill him, but and how many stacks?
I'm sure some of you noticed in that fight, but Katie got a refresher.
Dire's middle barracks.
Yeah.
And that's just a from downtown on the Undying here. Phoenix flies back.
I like
assume-
Refresher. I hate Ags. I hate Warlock Ags.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
I don't think it's worth it.
Dire's structures
Ooh,
are
swinging a miss on the Phoenix here. The Dire doing everything they can to try and prolong this game, but Luna just got a Daedalus, so I don't know if that's
I mean,
really on
is-
the list anymore.
30 seconds is their big timing here.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But is their drone gonna last 30 seconds?
Dire's ancient
I'm going to
is
say
under
probably
attack.
not to that. Even if it doesn't last, even if it lasts more than 30 seconds, not going to be much more.
It's not gonna be enough time.
Yep.
Dire's ancient.
The big funny rock pops. US Danny calls GG, so technically this is a victory for rankings of a scrub.
Technically speaking. But Bean 10.
Bean 10 taking the win here. I think there are some awkward moments in this game for Bean 10. I
Yeah.
think there are a few fights where it just feels like they kind of go in without really a solid plan of what the fight's actually going to be about. And as a result, they just kind of get taken apart piecemeal by ranking of a scrub who, you know, no matter how it turned out for them, they definitely did look like they had, at the very least, the more concise tactics in this match. And,
Well,
you know,
and,
there's...
I mean, didn't rankings of a scrub, did they end with the net worth lead? I didn't look, but
let's just eyeball this.
just check the graph.
I'm going to say,
Just
oh yeah,
click
check the graph. No,
Just
they did not.
they didn't end with it, but they held it for
They only lost it
the
just
vast
minutes.
majority of the game. Yeah. And they still lost. But I think from probably, I don't know, around the 25-minute mark, it felt like even though Radiant, like, Danny didn't have a great game, Meth was kind of feeding, Godlike Matt and Bean still had enough of a game that it didn't matter.
Right. I think
That's for like, you know, you can talk about like the two lanes in the mid, but in between, in the game, the position 2 and the position 3 change. and that's Godlike Matt became the 2, soaked up all this extra farm because he was popping off, and Danny just was that sacrificial Wyvern, gonna go in, start the fight, cast spells, die.
Yep, I think the biggest notable thing for being 10, right? And we're going to have to talk about a bit of a deep cut here because we're going to have to talk about the difference between tactics and strategy. I think Rankings of a Scrub this game had the better tactical organization. I think they had the better tactical play. I think when it came to actually physically executing team fights, making those short-term plans and carrying them out, I think when it came to like how they are going to position themselves and all that, I think to that end, I think Rankings of a Scrub definitely had it this game, and it felt like they had it basically all game. On the other hand, I think Bean 10 came in with a much better strategy. They came in, you know, and the idea for Bean 10 is not like how are we going to win every single team fight. The idea with for Bean 10 this game, and I think the thing that ultimately gave them the biggest rub here, is they came in focusing everything on how are we going to win. And to that end,
winning the micro game versus the macro game. Yeah, Rankings of a Scrub won in the overall net worth, and they won in the lanes, and they won a lot of team fights.
Well, they didn't win the safe lane.
Yeah, they didn't win the safe lane, but
I would say it's like a lean win for their off lane. I would say Wizard and Katsu. It's like you could call it a stalemate, and I wouldn't flinch at that, but I would say at least leans Wizard and Katsu. And then you could say PeePeeEm pretty decisively won at mid.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's where he had a superior mid matchup, but the carry wasn't great. I don't know. It just the team fights, and I said that from the get-go. Is like how do these team fights work?
And the big thing is that even though there were some like both teams had parts that kind of slipped, right? You could say just broadly, Winter Wyvern and the Wraith King, right? Both teams kind of had parts that ended up feeling like they were slipping in terms of gameplay, but you know, being 10, they had the strategy, so if a part slipped, fair enough, now we corrected and move on. Whereas Rankings of Scrub, they felt a little lost strategically, so when, you know, Lad started just coming on, doing okay damage, when the support line just failed to really be able to keep much, like, alive unless the fight execution turned out great. Like, when Bean 10 made mistakes, the strategy let them come back for it, and when Rankings of a Scrub made mistakes, it felt like because they had the disadvantage. Yeah.
They had this high risk, high reward where if both of these carries can get off to a really good start and keep the pace going and they don't let off the gas, then yeah, you're just going to lose. If you have 2 carries that are doing great versus 1 carry that's doing okay, that's just math. But now you have a Luna that's off to an okay start and is having infinite amount of space. You have a Pudge that ends the game with 20 flesh heap stacks. And then you have the team fight of a Doom and a Wyvern and a Warlock coming off. Like, it's...
Yeah, there were definitely fights in this game where it did not all come together for being 10, but like when they did, like every single fight that US Danny got a good ult, they won. Every single fight, it felt like that Katie got a good ult, they won. Every single time that the Doom target came out early and was a good target, they won, you know? When it clicked, every time it clicked, it just went out for being 10, and that's what strategy is going to get you. And we'll see a little bit more of that, or maybe we won't. I don't know, pretending I don't know all the outcomes this week. Next time!